Alright, so, in the bottom left side, we got ourselves a red Terran player, fighting for nobody in particular, just himself, really. Getting a probe kill right there. He is BYUN. So, up right side, we got ourselves a blue Protoss, fighting for Team NV. He is Creator. Look at that lovely little logo. Wait a moment. Team NV no longer representing the anime babes? What's this about? When did this happen? Did they make a logo in order to stop having the anime babes? Also, it does kind of look like a W, right? Doesn't it? Like it's made as to look like a W in a way. Would have liked it if there was a line over here as well. You know, to really kind of accentuate the W. But oh well. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. NV getting the W right there. Alright, so we need to have a, you know, just a logo for BYUN as well. The teamless BYUN, right? Somebody needs to get on to getting BYUN his own logo. Why won't it follow the stalker? There we go. Getting BYUN his own logo here. Sorry, I am kind of curious. Is Enki following me? Enki is on Inu. It's always sunny. Enki's always on other people. I love seeing that. I'm not trying to expose him. It's just like I'm thinking to myself, let me try to do that as well. And then it's like, oh, right, I can't do it because Enki's on my camera. It's like a lot of fun. It's better than the original. All right, all right. It's not really a best of 11 either, right? It's just an 11. It's just 11 matches. Maybe I should make it like that, right? I have the freedom now anyway. We can just write 11. Just let that be the entire text. Or 11 matches. We can make it like that as well. I'll have to think about it. We'll evolve the text later on. A full best of 11. Yeah, it could be good. Full best of 11. 11 matches. Double fortune for Creator after the Blink upgrade. So, trying to play it cool, play it relaxed. BYUN went for quite a lot of barracks here. This is something he likes to do sometimes. Just kind of forego any type of later on attack and just attack with a... well, quite a couple of Marines here. I mean, his control is pretty impressive, so, you know, he makes it work. And take control of the high ground here on the ramp for a little bit. Wait for the stim. There we go. Needs to get on top of the stim right now. Target fire the stalkers down, whatever he can. Doing some great micro overall already. And into the sentries he goes. The shield battery is empty. Right, another stim here could provide quite a bit of low HP Marines, of course. Getting the Zealot there before he really whops in. Beautiful targeting again here. So a lot of probes will be targeted down as well. This is just brutal, man. This is just absolutely brutal. I would assume that people would be prepared for this type of stuff, but you know what? That double upgrade, that is a lot of investments into stuff that is not quite yet actually doing anything, right? And BYUN gets himself quite the significant lead. 11 probes did die. Not only that, but he also traded super efficiently against the Stalkers, the Zealots, and the Sentries here, right? 500 gas. Just gone. Wiped out. Off the board now. No longer available for Creator. And that initial gas, that's very important. The Sentries, they aren't just there for force fields. They're also there for scouting purposes, right? I suppose he still has the Stalkers, but... no longer can he do really, you know, nice, easy Guardian Shields, nor the Hallucinated Phoenixes to get everything going. And that does make things a little bit more difficult for him right now. He needs to recreate those sentries, right? So that on its own, they'll have less energy. And his tech is going to be delayed, right? The follow-up tech. Now, to be fair, BYUN's tech also quite heavily delayed here, by the way, so... I'm not sure Not sure if that's the worst that could have happened, but I mean, with just bio units, I would assume, you know, that you already need that splash damage as a Protoss. BYUN needs to be just more careful because he is not really capable of healing up his units as you are used to. Well, at least up until this point in time. 2 Medivacs come in. Here we go, back at the trading. No charge yet available for those Zealots, so they are not doing anything. GG is called. First victory right there goes to BYUN. Alright. Alright, seems like he had himself quite a good time there with that easy victory in the start. Not too bad, not too bad. There's just a triple Rex opening, as is, you know, almost standard now for this. I did... in OBS. Enki's like, do you know how to make it best of 11? Is that... Can I make this happen? Alright, here we go. Second game. Uxide. Uxide will be the place. The place and time. Alright, where is my... There we go. Alright. First game went to this man here in the top right side, the red Terran player, the fan favorite from around the world. He is BYUN. Bottom left side, the blue Protoss from Team Envy. He is Creator. Real question is this Creator gonna retire after getting 11-0'd? I hope not. I hope not. Not be what we are aiming to do here. Let's see. 11 matches. There we go. There we go. Last time's 5-0 was harsh, but he dealt with it quite well. I see, I see. I mean, to be fair, he is playing against BYUN, right? So I think there's some acceptable margin here overall. It's been amazing though, seeing BYUN climb to the top here with the games that he's been doing. His climb to power has been quite something else, very inspirational, and I would assume a lot of other StarCraft 2 players that are gonna go to military service, right, they are watching BYUN right here, and they are being inspired, right? Normally, military service, death sentence. What happens? BYUN comes back, takes a bloody premier tournament after, like, what, a couple of months? Couple of months? Is it even a couple of months? Has it been a couple of months yet? Isn't it just like 2? Oh, I suppose that has been a couple. But still, I mean, it is very impressive what he's doing here. And it almost feels miraculous in a way, you know? It's very, very awesome to see somebody like him coming back and starting to stampede over the competition. Is he doing the triple barracks here one more time? I think we may very well see this happen. No, actually, he's going to go for a quick third. There we go. Alright. So the double barracks with the third command center. It's a bit different than what we saw the previous time, but may look a little bit familiar to Creator as what was going on in the previous game, right? May throw him for a loop, may throw him for a bit of a quandary as to what's actually going on here. There is that third barracks actually. Maybe this is the exact same way he approached this the previous time. I was still busy with just getting the 11 matches little thing there. So maybe I was just missing out on that. My apologies if that is the case, but you know, we'll try better next time. Yep, same build. Alright, thank you. Thank you for telling me. So yeah, I mean, why not, right? It works out amazingly. So the real question is, how is Creator going to approach this differently now? He's making some immortals, which is an interesting take on things. I would assume this is going to be a more difficult place to make this work as well, right? You can still make a push onto a third base, but the natural base, a lot easier to defend, it feels like, as opposed to the previous map that we just saw. A couple of force fields here will be able to shut it down quite nicely, although previous map, Pillars of Gold, a little bit similar as the setup, but still. Alright, scanning ahead, trying to ensure that his Marine March will not be scouted instantly. So we'll be looking to the opposite side of the match. The match map. The map where the match is played on. There we go. Creator never went for the third base as quickly. So he is actually just gonna trying to play it safe. Going in front with the Adepts here instead of the Shades. That's quite interesting. Okay, sees the Marines here. Alright. That's to move backwards. Makes a lot of sense. Zealots again, no charge. Great force fields though. Yeah, that is just not going to work out at all whatsoever for BYUN here. Aiming to punish a quick third base, but without a third base there to punish, more so, he himself is getting a bit punished. Instantly throws down 2 extra bunkers here. He knows he's in a bit of trouble. Sends back the third base, ready to mine some other day. He's adding in some Liberators here instead of the Medevacs as well. Some pretty cool stuff. I think this could just work out actually quite well for Creator here. Alright, let's see. A lot of SCVs are being pulled. This is quite the committed attack, but is it going to be enough here? BYUN still has quite the defensive setup with all those SCVs ready to repair. Ready to give their lives for the bunker. More Stalkers coming in. Good bit of poking will be very much appreciated here against those further along units. Let's see, the repair is pretty darn brilliant. Especially considering that these other bunker there, not as much being repaired, but still just kind of shooting away. Okay, 2 Liberators here now on the case also. Gonna make life all very, very difficult for Creator here. It looks like to try and get himself pushed up. Instantly, a unit kind of vaporizes as soon as they step into this location, and targeting down the Stalkers here with some bio units. That is very useful. I think that should keep him in this game, right? I think that should be enough for BYUN to kind of hold his ground here. I don't know exactly how he did it. It seems kind of hopeless, but every single time this is just what BYUN does somehow, some way. Perhaps with the attack coming into the main base, maybe that would have been different. Now, a lot of workers are going down here, of course, but there's no third base. There's no extra tech behind this at all for Creator. He's still in a lot of trouble, regardless of his worker count. Alright, now realizing he needs to follow up with a plan B, and is going to go for the next step in his plan here, which will be the third base. There we go. Twilight Council also being put down. Put down as in being constructed, not as in being put down like you would do with a sick animal that is injured on the road somewhere. Although sometimes BYUN does make people look like that a little bit. Alright, trying to get done with the Warp Prism, whatever he can. And there we go, that's the move back towards the Protoss place on the map. Medevac? Medevac, hello! Okay. Let's manage to get out of there. Oh, whoa, the flank! You're kidding. No way that's gonna live, right? There's no way that's gonna live. Oh, toxic the Warp Prism! Oh, that is so cool. That was so cool. Well done there by BYUN. I mean, that shuts down the aggression of Creator as well in a way, right? Without that Warp Prism, no way you can reinforce. No way you can kind of skit around the edges here in the main base. You're not going to do damage that way, so... Very smart way of targeting there by BYUN. Cool under pressure, finds himself a good opportunity to get rid of a potential threat to him in a situation where things looked rather dire, right? It looked like it was a bad case for him, but bad trade, but in the end, it turned out to be absolutely fine. Creator going for the Dark Shrine. The Dark Shrine, I mean, it could work, right? But I don't know. I would have liked it better if we had some sort of AoE damage coming out a bit sooner here, perhaps. It's always the scary part playing against Terran players where, you know, if you do stick around on that gateway force a bit too long without any splash damage, suddenly you're just not going to trade efficiently anymore. The Terran army will just develop itself a lot better into the late game. Wow. Wow, the +1 armor here saving SCVs. Oh, that is rough. That is rough. No +1 upgrade just yet available. It's about to, but the DTs have been shown. BYUN knows now. Oh, DT onto the missile turret here. More DTs into the main base. Nothing quite there yet to help out. That +1 really needs to get done. A couple of medevacs here will get rid of this Warp Prism, I would assume. Oh yeah, the Liberator's there as well. Ready to shoot it down. No recall available for that one. At least I think so. Right, yeah, there's no recall available. 300 IQ with a double lib instead of medevacs. Yeah, that was very cool to see. It's getting the powerhouse units for the defense, right? Liberator's good at harassing, defending, and they are horrendous at pushing into an opponent, so... Unless if your opponent is using siege tanks, of course. That's the one exception. So yeah, very cool to see those Liberators coming out. Now, BYUN moving in again here. There is a Protoss army still on the case as well. Instantly with that sensor tower, of course, getting spotted. There's the recall. We'll be able to get that out of there. Only a single Stalker does fall. Still, this does provide quite the opportunity here for BYUN. 105 army supply versus only 47. And there's not any real splash damage available. Okay, there we go. Finally, a single disruptor here. And it missed. So, yeah, more disruptors, of course, on the way. There's already one available. One more is coming out soon. But, yeah. GG. GG, it's called. Game 2 goes to BYUN also. Alright, lovely. Lovely. Guys, of course, remember there is also a Matcherino if you haven't checked it out already. There it is. It's in the chat right now. It helps us get these players a bit extra bang for their button pressing and all their amazing StarCraft 2 that they provide us, of course. So yeah, go check it out if you haven't already, of course. If you have it already checked it out, very much appreciated. Thank you so much for helping us out getting these players the money they deserve for these matches right here. Helps us out, helps StarCraft 2 out, helps these players out, which is the most important bit, of course. There we go. Let me just do it myself as well here. There we are. There we are. Alright. So. Game number 3. I'm not sure what map we're doing here. I'm not even sure what the format is, really. I doubt they picked the they picked all the maps, right? 11 maps. The veto process would take a little bit. Let's see. Let me go all the way to the top here. Let's see if it's not too much in Korean. Maybe I can decipher it a little bit. I cannot. Okay, never mind. Never mind. All right, let me quickly grab my water bottle. That's right over there, just to the right of screen, next to my bed. So I'll be right back. I can still talk. I just can't really see what's happening or anything else like that. It doesn't really matter though, does it? I mean, you don't need me to still provide valuable moments of slight entertainment. I don't know even if it is. It's just mumbling. Mumbling is what it is. It's what I do. Alright? It's my job to mumble. And I mumble rather well. I'm like a little old man, grandfather that had just forgotten the off switch of his mumbling, right? He's just continuing on and on and on about all sorts of stuff, whether it be I don't know, his water bottle, BYUN and creator, who knows? All the stuff in between. Alright, so far, creator, kind of struggling. I thought that the counterattack there for creator, that was just not going to get held, but by golly gee, that was a rough one, right? Whew. Man, those bunkers. I do believe that maybe there was a bit of a difficulty getting on top of the bunkers in a way, right? He did spend some force fields, but he didn't quite have enough force fields to really shut down the bunkers from being repaired. Also, what made me wonder was, like, if he doesn't have enough force fields to shut down the repair on the bunker, why not just attack the other bunker? Wow, that's a new record. I think we may have had the wrong map or something here, or no, game hearts, something like that. Not entirely sure. Ah, skin bug. Okay. Alright. Apparently there was a skin bug, so that is why. Can't have your skin be buggy now, can we? It's not nice. It's not nice at all. You know what I just realized? We're gonna have another problem as soon as BYUN reaches the number of above 10, right? Because I don't think we can put this on 10 either. Can we? No, we cannot. So we'll have to start improvising then as well. I suppose we can make it empty, like this, and then just fill it in ourselves entirely. That could be a thing we do. But let's hope we get to avoid that from being the case. Alright, anyway, in the top right sides of the map, there is a blue Protoss player from Team NV. He is a creator. Saying that creator might go for the 4-gate blink to punish this 3cc opening. I mean, it seems so greedy. Yeah, it seems so safe. I don't know how he does it. It must be something to do with his micro, because that is, you know, that is the thing he does the best. So, in the bottom left side, there's a red Terran player. He is BYUN, the teamless, the man, the legends. Wasn't it BYUN as well that managed to get the, like, a really deep run in GSL teamless? Like, way back in the day? Or was that somebody else? Or maybe even win it? I'm not entirely sure anymore. I know there was someone, right, that got, like, a really good run. Maybe even win the entire thing without a team. Instantly. He got picked up, of course, but... Would be cool to see if that is, if that was actually... Be honest as well. Creator needs to go. Yeah, alright, we've seen that. We've read that, Kozen. Thank you. Thank you. He won the GSL versus SOS right before BlizzCon. Ah, alright. So he was the teamless back then? Is this something you remember as well? Him alone versus the entire Jin Air team? Yeah. It's what he does. It's just BYUN, isn't it? BYUN thinks. Night, it is actually a 11 match series. So, no matter what happens, we're going to get ourselves 11 matches. Take that into your predictions right here. You also know if, like, BYUN, does he just prefer to be teamless? Like, what is this about, right? He seems like such a no-brainer in a way to just pick up as a team. Maybe he's too expensive. Maybe people are scared of the injuries or something like that. It's rough to say, right? 11-0? Alright. 11-0 or 11-1 then. That's where the one-man army nickname came from. Ah, yes, yes, yes. The one-man army. The Swiss pocket knife. BYUN is really just the MacGyver of StarCraft, isn't he? It's like, alright, well, what do you have? A medevac, a Widowmine, 2 Marines, and 6 SCVs. How do we do this? How do we beat this 3 Colossi army with 12 Stalkers? He'll find a way. He will find a way. Alright, losing the Reaper there. Not the biggest of deal. Why is he moving out with the 2 Marines here? It's actually an entirely different build that he's doing, right? So, Widowmine drops this time around with a couple of Marines added into the mix also. I'm not sure if he's going to see this. No, sir. Losing one of the Adepts already. That is a bit rough. Went for a build that was way safe for the 4-gate blink, by the way. Oh, that is really cool. That is really cool. So he would be making siege tanks then pretty soon, right? That's what we would assume, yeah. That is really cool. I'm saying it, man. He is a smart man. He is a very smart man. He knows his StarCraft too. Third base for Creator here. Now going to be the first one established out of the 2. So first for everything. Taking some damage here with these Phoenixes, right? Nothing to be scoffed at. Else reactor coming in. With that siege tank in the medevac, I kind of am expecting him to do some sort of an attack here, right? It's not like he's going to drop those 2 siege tanks somewhere. Unless if he's anticipating some sort of an attack as well. And he's like, alright, these siege tanks need to be mobile. They need to get to wherever I need them instantly, whether that be the main or the natural. But no, yeah, there we go. Okay. Very careful now. Do not lose the medevac due to the Phoenixes. That is the biggest no-no we could have right now. Alright, Creator moving along the bottom side here. Still doing some poking and harassing with those Phoenixes. Getting rid of the reinforcements. The attack is still coming forwards though. Not that much stuff available for Creator here, together with these 2 siege tanks. As soon as they're sieged up appropriately, which it looks like they very well may, This might become a difficult place for Creator to hold. The shield battery finishing up though just in time. Looks like that is enough here to keep BYUN at an arm's length and actually pushing him back very, very efficiently. Can I lose everything actually? Oof. Oof. So that leaves us with BYUN being behind on workers. A little bit similar of an army supply, which is also not that great in a TVP. And just overall behind on tech, behind on a lot of things here, in fact. Alright, I would say this is the best place we've seen Creator in so far in this 11-match series, so... Okay, 2 drops. 2 drops to rule them all. Or at least these bits of sky here. Let's see. There's a probe there waiting to perhaps throw down a nexus. BYUN looking for any potential here, of course. The left side had a bit of a run-in with the Phoenix, but looks like they were pushed backwards. Very, very careful here. I mean, you have to, right? You already took a very bad trade. If you take another bad trade, then you are just digging yourself into a deeper and deeper hole. Like, if you lose either one of these packs of units, that's just going to put you so far behind as BYUN that, like, that you may as well GG right then and there, I feel like. Alright, so everything together. The push will commence no matter what. Here we are. Quite a lot of Marauders here stimming forwards, getting ready. You know what, actually, the Protoss army not really together here. Oh, the shield battery overcharge again, though, saving the day. A lot of Widow Mines getting good connections, but a lot of the bio, of course, not quite being able to do anything here. Taking too much fire from the Colossi. Let's take a look at the units lost tab. Yeah, that is not looking very favored here for the Red Terran. Creator doing a very solid job so far. Yes, this unit spread out quite nicely also. Anticipating BYUN to get a bit reckless, perhaps. Try and get some drops going. It's not a bad idea, right, for BYUN. Unless if you realize that Creator is anticipating this. Needs to get rid of the observers here, of course. The observers, a very valuable asset here as to figuring out what BYUN is actually doing. Get himself into a position to defend against whatever it is that BYUN is trying to do. Announced shockwaves on the way as well as Storm here. I never liked the Storm upgrade later on in the game, personally. Always feels like, you know, the ghosts are just going to be out and ready. That's if you use it with the Wild Prism, I suppose, right? That is still a way to use it, but I don't know. I don't know. Disruptors just have my vote. They're also still very good against the... like, Disruptors are really good against the Marauders as well, of course. Storm, not so much, right? Marauders are willing to just kind of run through his Storm and take the damage there in order to get themselves on top of whatever valuable units is available. Oh, that should be a cancel. No cancel there, actually. More money going down the drain here for BYUN. BYUN is well versed in the game of low eco, though, to be fair. Doesn't mean he's allowed to lose his main base, though, of course. Nice EMP there on the War Prism. We'll be able to get rid of it. Oh, what the hell was that? Did he lose another War Prism there? Oh, were those the Phoenixes? I think the Phoenixes maybe have been shot down there. At least one of them. Or two? I don't know. Did I go crazy? Did I not see a blue patch of units there flying over the red squadron? I'm not entirely sure anymore. Alright, more disruptors now as well being added in. So every bit of AoE splash damage now available here for Creator. Comes down to his control. Still has sentries to work with as well, of course. So it's going to be quite a couple of buttons he has to press here. Oh, BYUN. Oh, BYUN, that's a massive connection. Oh, two massive connections. Oh. Ooh. Oof. Oof. BYUN, that looks like it hurts quite a bit. Really did look like it hurt. But, you know what? BYUN's BYUN. He is somebody that refuses to give up. No matter how dire the situation's looking. It's a looks. Making a couple of command centers here. Spending all his minerals. Dropping into the main base. Phoenixes were already on the case here, but... Let's take a quick think here. Disruptor doesn't manage to make the shots happen. The Phoenixes and the Stalkers should be able to get rid of the low HP medevac. They do. Some more units do go down. And get rid of the other medevac there, still with a couple of units. So, again, BYUN here kind of bleeding out in this situation for the time being. Yeah, he has not been able to get any momentum anywhere going, really. Let's take another glance at the units lost tab. Yeah, that is rough. That is very, very rough. And BYUN doesn't have an amazing economy behind this either. Although he's going to have two extra orbitals, so that should help out. He's going to get +3/+3 pretty soon, but same can be said for our Protoss player. Who also now has Shadow Stride and is going to get himself some Blink also. Oh, hold up. There's a big fight happening here. Ooh, alright. Okay, what's that? You know what, that was actually a good trade for BYUN. Turns out that he did manage to get a pretty good trade going there. Looking for this base once more on the left side. That's quite a couple of disruptors. Nice dodging there this time around, though. This is where the problem lies when you have just so many spellcasters in the same army. And you have to warp in, control the rest of the army, a second flank perhaps, right? Things get difficult. And no storms were cast at that moment in time. Let's take... oh my... Yeah, he's going to lose that auto disruptor as well. On the right side, actually, BYUN just moving forwards here as well. He's on top of the mothership. Big scan will be able to show where those zealots are. The Colossus on the back foot. This is so weird. It's such a weird game. How did BYUN manage to start trading efficiently into his favor? Like, look at this. This is ridiculous. How did this happen? How did this occur? Suddenly, BYUN just back on top of this game again. It's like Creator just kind of anticipating he's gonna lose and already mentally defeating himself almost. It feels like it's very weird. Well, BYUN just that gosh darn amazing at this game. What's happened there? Everything was going Creator's way. Every bloody thing, like up until the minute 13, everything was going into Creator's favor, and I mean, BYUN just makes a comeback. He just steps back into the fray, starts the micro absolutely everywhere, and makes a comeback happen. Makes a comeback happen? That has me so confused. That has me so confused. Creator can't win that game. Yeah, man, that is so rough. Look at this. Look at this army value. Wait, hold up. This is worth showing. Like, what? Hello? Excuse me? Creator? That is so rough. That was game number... Yeah, that was already game number 4, wasn't it? No, wait, it was game number 3. Game number 3, so it's 3-0 right now. Okay. All right. Wow. This is something else. This is quite something else. I mean, is it gonna happen? I don't know. He needs to make something happen here, right? It's the blue Protoss in the top left side from Team NV. Creator. And finding quite a bit of opportunity here so far. In the bottom right side, we got a red Terran. He's teamless. He is BYUN. So, cannon rush, you say? Oh, it's actually still a gateway here. Could still come into play at a later point in time, of course. Still a proxy. Could be the max packs, perhaps. I think that would be pretty good as well. Right? I suppose it still does depend on what BYUN is planning to do. But so far, it doesn't seem to matter what BYUN is planning to do because he can just be behind for about 13 minutes in a game and then just suddenly start taking fights and snowball it into his control. Like, oh, that's rough. That is so rough. Shivers. Shivers. He's so bloody good. Another pylon here on the top side. Second proxy to hide the other proxy. I see what it's all about. Is this going to be DTs or Stargate, you think? It's kind of a DT placement, right? I think Stargate would have been a bit closer over here. We'll have to... We'll be able to see in a moment. If we have the money, of course. It's still spending his money on the units instead. Oh. Oh, pretending like yeah, I want to make a nexus now. Please stop bothering me. There we go. Is it Twilight Council? It does appear to be more and more likely to be the DT. Bunker was made, a full wall of fearful BYUN though. Could make it difficult for DTs to gain access to the base. As well as the command center on the high ground here. BYUN going for a reacted barracks. Hellions right now. Starport. He's just getting stuff out on the map. He knows something's fishy. So he's just trying to get muscle on the ground. There's the Robo. That's a way to get your DTs in. This is the build that I always used to do as a... when StarCraft 2 first came out, this is what Kozen was doing. Just get DTs, get myself a War Prism, and then just go ham. Forget about a second base. Forget about a third even more so. Like, are you crazy? A third base? Nobody's got time for a third base. But yeah, it's actually, of course, while Creator's doing not really what I was doing at the start of StarCraft 2, of course. He is going to go for a bit of a mix-up here. It looks like he's not having the biggest vote of confidence anymore in his DT attack. He's also getting himself charge. The natural base is getting nicely populated with probes over here. He's making sure that there's no Hellions running in recklessly. These Marines, though, they do still do quite a bit of damage. Full workers are very quickly taken care of. The units of Creator, are they looking to get themselves in contact with those Marines, or what's the plan here? Ooh, that's a lot of probes stacking up on one another. That's a lot of probes stacking up on one another. Oh, another one. Okay, well. Oh boy! Oh boy! BYUN, I think. I think this is a bit much. I think this is a bit much. Bit much, BYUN. The one-man army. Man. This was like Creator trying to do all sorts of things. Doing all sorts of fancy type of acrobatics and stuff like that. And then BYUN just kind of, I don't know, pushes him down a well and Creator instantly just falls down. Oh, that was a quick best of 7. It really was, right? If this was the best of 7, we would have had almost, well, 57 minutes. Minus a couple. Yeah, around 55. It's best of 11. No, we're going to play 11 matches. So, there's a potential of an 11-0 here. And, well, I do also hope that is not going to happen here. For the pride and joy of this Brodels player. But we'll have to wait and see. In the top left side, we got ourselves a blue Brodels fighting for Team and V. He is a Creator. Oh, there we are. 11-0, that must be a new racket. I don't know. Is it? Creator tries to switch it up, but these builds seem to be rather improvised than well practiced. Yeah, it does appear like Creator's trying to play into what BYUN is doing. And then BYUN is just doing something else, right? He did the same builds the first initial 2 matches, and then afterwards, he started really switching it up. Even the second match, right? Creator did something with the idea, right? This is supposed to counter this. This is supposed to deal with this very efficiently. And for a while, it did look like that was going to be the case. But then, this red Terran here in the bottom right side, Mr. BYUN, suddenly just was like, you know what? No, never mind. I'm gonna just make bunkers. I'm gonna slap everything down and, well, make a couple of liberators, and all of a sudden, even though you have like 6 times the army supply that I do, it won't matter because, well, I'm BYUN and you're not. So, yeah, it's quite terrifying, isn't it? This man's gonna get Terran nerfed single-handedly. That's what's gonna happen here. BYUN chooses his builds very well. Yeah, I agree. That is quite something. Although in game 2, it didn't seem like it was a well-picked build. I really did believe that Creator had the build toward a victory overall, but how do you call it? The panic management and overall the crisis management. That's what I call. That is just absolutely stellar from BYUN. I think that's where one of his main strengths lie. Just crisis management. 25-4. Oh, oof. Oof. This is some weird territory right here. This is some Geralt Bly territory right now. I mean, I know that Geralt is somebody that would be able to take out Bly, but I think he's mentally blocked himself against Bly. It's a ridiculous win rate also. But you know what? BYUN's giving him a run for his money. A little bit of a proxied starport here for the Hellions to drive to. Should be quite something. Couple of gateways as well with the blink. Blink defense here should be okay, right? Should be alright at handling this, but still kind of scary, not gonna lie. The Hellions are still quite formidable. Just kind of rolling past the Stalkers and getting themselves on top of the probes. Cyclone also on the way, in case that is a starport opening, or a stargate, my apologies. Don't want to look like an utter buffoon now, do we? Alright, that's already quite a couple. Look at those Hellions, they are absolutely, oh my, they are devoid of fear, aren't they? Just jumping in between those targets. They're like, you know what, yeah, that's fine, we'll just sacrifice ourselves, that's all good, we're just here to kill probes, that's, we don't mind getting shot at. 7 probes go down. Man, so many times when you see this type of stuff happening, right? You have these Hellions trying to roam around the Stalkers, go back into the medevac, try somewhere else. BYUN here, it's just like, alright, nope, we're jamming them through the Stalkers. I know I can survive for a couple of volleys. If I just get 1 or 2 more shots off, I will be able to make this worth it. And, well, 7 worker kills. That is... It's not nothing, that's for sure, but was it enough? I suppose if you're BYUN, it probably is. Only losing 2 Hellions here. Seems to be absolutely a-okay, I suppose, right? Pretty darn solid, actually, I would say. Looking at everything at the moment. Eyes going down. No quick third anymore here from BYUN either. Creator's still trying to get himself the third base, of course. Makes a lot of sense. Setting up shop with the third base right now. Probably want to get himself a couple of shield batteries there as well. As he saw that there's no third base yet available here for BYUN. He's going to try to ensure that that is in fact the case. A couple of Hellions there do get picked off. But, yeah. Observer. The Observer needs to see that there's no third base just quite yet, I would say. Alright, I know. It's fine. It's fine. Don't sweat it. There it is. Alright. Stim pack +1 about to finish up together with the combat shield. I really was anticipating BYUN to kind of just go straight ahead with the assault here. Straight bang through the middle. But really not the case here. Alright, medevac on the left side. Could still be quite something. Stalkers rotating around already. Looks like that Observer very well placed. Did BYUN see it though? Did BYUN somehow miraculously manage to see the Observer? Does not look to be the case. Alright, so the medevac just in some dead space right now. Another attack coming in on the right side. See how Creator is gonna be splitting up his units here, right? Because that's what he's gonna have to do. These Colossi don't quite have extended thermal ons just yet, so gotta be careful of that as well. I think BYUN realizing that he did get spotted there. So rotating around. The Observer is just chilling, of course, in that location. Here we go, committed to this position now with the siege tanks. The Stalkers moving away from the left side as well, of course. That is where that other medevac is still lurking about in the shadows. Fully stocked up on Marines. The ultimate powerhouse against the... Ooh, shield battery almost keeping that disruptor alive, but the bio and the siege tanks were just barely enough to shut that down. Alright, here we go. Everything that Creator has now trying to fight this battle at the front side. The drop on the left does come in here as well. Commits to the probe line, but only finding a cannon so far. The other units on the right side also trying to commit, but nothing of real value being discovered here by BYUN. Units lost tab. Not too bad for either of these players, which usually means that BYUN is in a really good spot here, as we've seen from that previous game. 2 more disruptors on the production tab, as a 4th base for Creator also is going to start up the production. As BYUN doubles down on the later part of this game here, getting himself the 2nd eBay and a armory. Wants to get the upgrades that he requires. War Prism now looks like that did get spotted out, so Creator no longer going to try to commit. Or is he? Yes, he is. Alright. Looking forward to see what he can get done over there. Great targeting on those disruptors right here. It's a lot of Marauders, actually. The Stalkers don't do that well against Marauders. And they just jump right on top of the Colossi as well as the disruptors. Dodging another disruptor shot. Here we go. This may be a bit of a steamroll right now. We need to have Zealots with the charge kind of helping out, assisting these Stalkers here. The War Prism in the main base, that is already gone and dealt with. BYUN just kind of dealing with things before I even really noticed they went in at that moment in time. Shield battery overcharge is out of commission now as well. The Zealots getting targeted down one by one. That is very unfortunate. You need to keep them alive in those types of situations. You're not allowed to just kind of lose them one by one, of course. The shooting them is the main thing here for the Terran. And as they are shooting, the Zealots is taking a lot of the firepower away from anything else of the Protoss that could be shot, of course. BYUN going for the multi-pronged harassment. There's DTs on the field as well right now, but still a bit removed from the location of where they can actually get damage dealt. There we go. Attack on the 12 o'clock. Looks pretty promising. Might need to get in touch with that scan, of course. So disruptor shot not quite being able to land on everything right here. And on the left side, those disruptors, looks like they are not going to get that disruptor shots off this time around. Beautiful target fire there again by BYUN, getting on top of everything here. The shield battery instantly gone. The 2 robos actually as well, if they get destroyed, that's an enormous dent in the overall capabilities of making units capable of dealing with the army of BYUN, as BYUN's already making things very, very difficult here for Creator. Another scan finds the DT. The robos, they do still stand, but yeah, Creator, I mean, he was just losing everything again here. GG is called. 5 games in a row so far, going in favor for BYUN. If this was the best of 9, we would have had the best of 9 completed in about 60 minutes. 60 minutes, best of 9 victory. I feel dirty watching this, guys. I feel... Oh, man. 5-minute break. Yeah, that's probably a good call. Probably a good call. Alright, we give a 5-minute break here to Creator. You know, we all know that a losing streak is a real thing. Maybe Creator here needs to get his mind straightened up a little bit, of course. I know that it's not his best matchup against BYUN, but... Oh, man. Let's wait. Let's wait for the next one, alright? What's up, Natsu? Thank you for the rose. Much appreciated. This is an absolute massacre. It really is. It really is. It's like a butcher shop right now. Anyway, I'll be right back, guys. So, don't go anywhere. We'll continue onwards with the, well... the punishment of Creator here, it feels like. Alright, we'll see you in a moment.
I feel feel like BYUN is taking so many blows. 28 workers is not the worker count you can really realistically recover from, right? There's not really much BYUN can do other than just go for it. He is the kind of player who can just go for it. He can definitely try and make it happen. I mean, you can see he's doing his best. Maybe he'll get to the hatchery, but Ragnarok comes in. Any trade he takes is gonna be a good one, and I feel like BYUN is having to tap out here. It's so frustrating. He gotta come so close to it. Marine's getting chomped on the flanks, and actually BYUN not doing too bad for himself there.
Once again, he manages to kill these ultras, get past them, get on top of the Ravagers. It's just crazy how BYUN is hanging by a thread for the past like 2 minutes and a half. And he's just not dying. He has like 2k gas in the flank. He has nowhere to spend it, and he's just refusing to die. But the economy difference is just way too big. Oh, he kills the hatchery.
Yeah, as we say that, the hatchery goes down, and now there's not really many mineral patches. The Vipers actually, nah, they're not gonna suck that hatchery dry. But like you said, BYUN is hanging from a thread, but that thread is made of spider silk, which is 10 times stronger than ordinary steel. Aegon, and BYUN is not going down without a fight. He's gonna go and load up a medevac, and I think we have almost an even game on our hands, right? I mean, arm supply is actually favoring BYUN. Wait a minute.
Like, if Ragnarok keeps on suiciding his army into the ones of BYUN, well, yes, then we do it. Like, these Vipers, where the heck are they going? Vipers in the middle of everything, getting blinding clouds, Ultra still surviving, getting finally again in the economy of BYUN. On the other side of the map, there's a big fight, and BYUN takes the game. This has been a...
God.
Which rogue decides to come out here, as he did get a scout off of the 2-1-1, so now he knows what he can do. He instantly throws down the Evo chamber, which will allow him to get those upgrades and a little bit of an upgrade lead there, if I do say so myself. And honestly, he is making some pretty good moves here, just not overextending on the Zerg line, but we'll have to see how he can take care of this attack. Now, already Rogue is going to be going for a bit of a counterattack. He's got a little bit of a surround actually set up. He's just going to bring those back. BYUN has a slightly smaller army supply, but he does have stim. Combat shields will be on the way soon as well. Going to try and dive straight on top of those queens. We'll get one of them for not too much there, but there's still enough queens in the back. Although BYUN is starting to get on top of those, that is 3 queens going down, and Rogue just not...
Guys, stop. Stop whatever you're doing. We're continuing this game right here. I think it's already 5-0 right now. We're gonna continue onwards with this for at least, what is it, 6 more games? Well, yeah, it is 6 more games, actually. Just straight up 6 more games. Whoa! We're halfway there. Was that the last map? No, Cynical. No! Oh, man. Oh, how we wishes it was, though. It's the blue Protoss in the top left side. He's from Team NV. He is creator. The man, the butcher, the wild man. He is the Red Terran, BYUN. Oh, what was the last map? I see. I just read, was that the last map? I'm sorry. No. The last map was, oh, Romanticide. It was Romanticide. Yeah, we saw Romanticide. Now we're on Defora. And then I suppose we'll do Submarine afterwards, right? That would make sense. Yeah, you're welcome. eBay block into the 30 CC possibly. Oh, I would like it. Damn straight it is. Creator's just like, alright, never mind. Never mind. Screw it. We're doing it here. Alright. I like it. I like it so far for BYUN here. Setting himself up for all the way that he likes to play this game. Making life difficult once more for the for the Protoss players. Yeah. This is also one of the things that we just saw, right? From BYUN coming back, starting to do eBay blocks, and suddenly all over the ladder, every Terran on every league was just like, all right, yeah, this is what we do. this is how you play this now. Stargate's going to be the thing here towards the north side of the map, quite close to the main base of BYUN. Is going for the barracks play here again. I would assume the command center, the third, will not be too far removed. Not sure how this how these two builds interact with one another. I don't know if Creator does either. Quite a long distance for those probes to walk now before they can actually start mining. There we go. There's that third base. Where's the third barracks? We want to see a third barracks, BYUN. Already having these Marines at the front side of the base as well. It's not going to help him out very much against an Oracle that's going to fly into the main, though. Only has 2 Marines here, actually. And we all know that somehow, someway, it's going to be absolutely fine. Look at that, already moving back with those Marines towards everything. 3 Marines are available right now, and he loses 2 SCVs. That is all. Oh. Alright. Okay, well, I suppose the third base is delayed, right? Not bad, not bad. Third base for Creator here, as well as the natural base now also being taken. Second Oracle, maybe gonna have more fortune with this offensive. Looks like that is enough Marines though to push it backwards. Alright. How does this actually work out now? I mean, the Oracles and the Stargate units probably not the best thing against the Marine attack, right? I would assume it's not anyway. We're not seeing the double Forge, but we are seeing a Twilight Council and a Forge here on the way, so... I'm starting to panic slightly again here for our Protoss player. It's a bit of a follow. Alright. I mean, Stimpack is ready now. +1, not quite yet though. But he hasn't needed that one in the past. Here we are. Not that many Protoss units so far. The Oracles, of course, the first thing you need to target down. There's the shield battery here. That's going to be a big assist. BYUN trying to bait it out, and then it's going to go for the natural base instead, where there are no shield batteries. Has the opportunity to just move back and forth now. And does get held off. So, you know, actually, I suppose that was okay. That was some pretty solid stuff there for Creator. Not just losing everything and a ton of probes here in the process this time around. So yeah, that was probably the best effort that we've seen so far from Creator, I would say, against this triple CC and triple barracks opening. Funnily enough, it was the Oracles, right? The Oracles coming in a little bit earlier onwards. Maybe delaying the Marines slightly, I don't know. And then afterwards being quite the big beam of death onto those Marines. As long as you micro them efficiently enough. Being able to keep tabs on the movements of the army of BYUN here. Also, of course, very important. Great boon for the Protoss in order to make sure that the defense goes well enough. Not sure if BYUN is trying to juke his opponents. Pretending to go one way and then just going another. Like opening up the rooks though, that's probably a smart choice. Another gateway coming up. He's making a DT shrine or something. No, it's just... Alright, just a potential warp in points now. Fair enough. Can do some zealot harassment from there as well, of course. Stalker's also quite capable of dishing out a bit of punishments. That is just Stalkers here, though. Is that enough? It looks like it. The force field's pretty good. A lot of the Marauders not quite being able to help out. Not pitching in with the battle. And BYUN, once again, getting pushed backwards here. His worker count is looking rather ridiculous, though. This macro... Wow, Creator's still ahead in the income advantage. Was not expecting that. So many Stalkers right here. Oh my. Oh my. I don't think BYUN has enough here. Needs to come up with a different way to do this. The supply depots just being here, it would already be quite a nice thing to have. You'll have to target fire individually instead of just letting the Stalkers also shoot at the supply depots, of course. Becomes a lot harder to do. A lot harder to manage your units here as the Protoss. Let's see how this goes. With the mines moving forwards. Good connection. A great connection, actually, on the right side, but still not enough. SCVs will have to be pulled, perhaps. They are going to, anyway. Stalker's getting a little bit orange right now. Things kind of slowing down slightly. More mules coming down as well. Ooh, that's rough. The two Widow Mines shooting blanks. War Prison Micro, rather impressive. Is he just doing it again here? Yes, he is. Alright, just pushing back. Just pushing back slowly but surely, just bulking up enough of a force. And now he's coming across again here. Feeling pretty darn comfortable with his position, it seems. And there's no reason not to. There are Zealots coming in as well, though, on this third base, which could cause quite a bit of a stir. Creator here having a rough patch of time. The Zealots, nice pickup there from a couple of them. But more and more of these Stalkers go down. SCV's also going down as well, though. We'll have to come back to that at a later point in time, of course. How is he still pushing here? How is he not just waiting for himself to heal up a little bit? Look at how low the HP is on a lot of those units. 15 SCVs did break here. And BYUN did not manage to break anything across the map. So I'd say that is still an okay position for Creator here, but I mean, the army supply is still telling quite a story. That BYUN should be able to perhaps get himself across the map and still manage to do that damage, right? Only Storm getting on the way right now. It's a good thing. It's a lot of medevacs, actually. I'm not used to seeing BYUN have this amount of medevacs. Normally he would stop around like 6 even. And yeah. Now he's got 10. Interesting. But yeah, I'm very used to seeing BYUN just having a much lower medevac count here. Alright, just nice and easy, cleaning up the Widow Mines. Does BYUN know about the infrastructure that's over here? No, he does not. It's very well placed, actually. Look at this very slight bit of darkness right there. Looks like BYUN's not even going to bother checking up there anymore because, well, I mean, he cleared out the rooks for a reason, right? Easy access, easy pushing. But that means he's not going to be able to see the trap that is still laying in wait for him. A little bit northwards of his third. Alright, here we go. Still no disruptors, still no real AoE, except for the storm, of course, but you know what? Storm can be dodged. There's a lot of medevacs here to heal through it straight afterwards, after the storm hits a little bit. There we go. Nice dodging. There's a couple of ghosts here as well, actually. No EMPs. Or at least enhanced EMPs just quite yet, but the EMP still working their magic against the Archons, against all this other stuff as well here. High Templars, not enough energy on them for the storm for the time. He's going to try to get themselves into Archons here, as there's not much else they can do. Widow Mines, good connections. I think Creator just barely holds on here, right? With those Immortals, they should be able to push this backwards, but BYUN coming in. Look at that. Reinforcements right now. That is rather impressive. He will not slow down so easily. It's a bit scary having these stocks in the front. Great EMPs. Enhanced shockwaves also ready right now, so getting ready for that. Oh, the feedbacks. They were magnificent. I'm not even sure where those High Templar were. I'm assuming they were from the top side there. Stocks on the back foot here, trying to get a surround going, but BYUN just stimming straight on into them, trying to avoid the full surround here. That Warp Prism, oh, that is so close to going down as well. Neither of these players feeling quite comfortable, it seems. Checking for another base, but the bases that Creator is taking is going to be a little bit further to the bottom left side. Good EMPs again here. We'll see another fight happening momentarily. All the Immortals are pretty low, and the Marines are in the front, so they are quite capable of dishing out a bit of pain to those Immortals. The Archons also having a lot of trouble here fighting against the Ghost, and now finally we have something else AoE damage related for the Protoss coming in here, which is the Colossi. And instantaneously, BYUN's like, alright, good. You got yourself something I don't want to trade against anymore. Let me just move backwards. Let me get ready for the next step in this. The next step in this is going to be him pushing into this newly established base. Alright, 2 probes. Not bad, not bad. Gets the Nexus as well, right? So, back to 4 base versus 4 base. Whoa! Gets the Warp Prism. A good cluster of probes as well. In he comes again. It's always scary to try and engage a Protoss army like this, though. On top of a ramp area, especially if you're trying to chase them past the corner. All your units will just absolutely clump up like nothing else. It becomes very difficult for you to get the good engagement going, really. Alright, Creator here. I mean, he is 93 army supply strong. He has some pretty reasonable units here, right? He has got himself a good force, but is it going to be enough? As BYUN is already transitioning into the Vikings, getting more and more established against those Colossi. And as soon as those Colossi fall, I'm not sure if there's anything else left here that will stop BYUN from just jumping right on top of everything that Creator has. Creator finding an opportunity here, though. BYUN a bit out of position. Does not appear that the Sensor Tower was doing his job this time around. Forgot to press the panic button. And now BYUN is a little bit more panicked because there was no panic button going off right there. Good EMPs, though, still finding their targets. The Vikings are right on top of the Colossi. Oh, this could just be an absolute slaughter once again here. The units of Creator, I'm sure they find themselves quite a bit of satisfaction in getting rid of all those SCVs, but the entire army does go down. GG is called. 6 games in a row going into BYUN's favor. 5 more to go. 5 more games to go. If I was Creator right now, man. I would be feeling a little bit silly. Alright. There's the lobby. Let's join that. Creator and BYUN. Submarine. The final map here for the all the 7 maps having been played. And then we get a reset, right? We get the full reset of the map pool. It's going to become available again. Unless if we're going to go into the previous map pool, which usually we don't. So, alright. BYUN. BYUN Day. BYUN Day. It sounds kind of like D-Day, but then, you know, it's BYUN related, so it's even better. Even better. BYUN. It's really not Creator's Day. That is for sure. Even if he wins, like, imagine this. Even if Creator wins every single game from this point onwards, he's still gonna be behind with a single game. Oh, it's so rough. So rough. In the top left side, we got ourselves a blue Protoss player fighting for Team NV. He is a Creator. The bottom right side, his opponents, or maybe perhaps his abusive little boyfriend here. He is BYUN. It's rough. That's rough. Shouldn't joke about that type of stuff though, but man, this is quite the toxic relationship right now we're watching here. Gateway and Nexus. Double gas! Creator. I really hope Creator gets his groove going, you know? I really do hope so. This kind of gets a punch back into the face of BYUN right here. I would love to see it. And then again, BYUN just jumps. He just seems impeccable right now, right? Impervious to damage. He's invulnerable. Oh, he's gathered up all the Dragon Balls, and I don't know what he wished for, but it's definitely working out for him. An endless supply of Aladdin's lamps. What do we have? What do we have being built over here, BYUN? All right, it's not going to be the triple Rex, triple CC. It's going to be straight into a factory. Oh, does he see this? Oh, he sees it. Oh, he knows. He already knows. He doesn't even have to go down there. He already knows what it is. He knows where it's from. All right, let's see how he does it. I mean, this type of Void Ray aggression, I feel like it's been solved a little bit already by the Terran players. How to halt this. The Vikings going to be the main thing here, and with BYUN already having a factory available. It is rough. It is rough. He needs to repair the reactor though. That is not allowed to fall. That could be quite something here. He's gonna lose it, isn't he? Yes. Oh, it's so close. Oh my. You're joking. Okay, yeah, there it goes. That would have been ridiculous if he saves that. That would have been absolutely ludicrous. Okay, you know what? BYUN is falling apart here a little bit, I would say. I'm not sure why he didn't go for the repair on that reactor. Seems like a no-brainer in a way, right? But you know, he's getting a little bit punished for this. Rotating around, more shield batteries being constructed here on the other side. Oh, Cyclone lock on to the Void Ray. I think at the start you kind of want to go for the lock on to the shield batteries. I mean, to be fair, maybe BYUN just doesn't quite know how to deal with this, right? Because so far, what I'm seeing, the response from him, it feels like a very outdated response that people used to do to try and halt this. the Cyclones with the extra lock-on damage. I mean, it's the outdated way to do this, right? It's like the perfect thing for these Void Rays to just kind of poke in, move back, micro backwards to the shield batteries. It's what it plays into the Void Ray's hands. And you just kind of missed the lock-on right here. Alright, BYUN so far not losing a single Cyclone just yet, so that is important as well. It's got 3 of them now. With that upgrade gun almost done, that should be quite a bit of firepower. Should be quite a bit of firepower. Is that another... Okay, it's another shield battery, actually. Thought it would be another pylon. Right, here we go. More lock-ons available. Now, the mag field accelerator has been completed. See if he starts to get a bit more aggressive with these units now. Wants to get the lock-on going whenever he can, of course. And at the same time, can't afford to be too far forwards. Almost getting a Void Ray right there. That other Cyclone was part of the mix. That would have gone down for sure. Okay, I like locking onto the shield batteries. I think that is a great call. That's a good thing to do. Not sure why he didn't repair the Cyclone there with those SCVs, but... That's a lock-on. There we go. That's a dead Void Ray. Behind his creator, actually, making a Nexus. He's getting Blink. And he's starting to get Oracles, so... I don't know. I don't know if he likes his chances of the victory here. Actually throwing away the Void Rays and the Stalkers now as well. That is rough. Yeah, I agree with you there, Catharsis. I mean, going down 0-6, that is just... Imagine the mind space you're in at that point in time, right? Losing 6 games in a row, and then you're going to have to play 5 more games against this guy. And he beats you with an outdated kind of way of defending against something. Oof. Big oof. Alright, BYUN. I think he did well here, right? Hard to find any faults in the play right now. So while counter is still available, of course, maybe we'll see some sort of a DT attempt. I don't know. I don't know what you're supposed to do as creator here. It's just a rough place to be. I'm not sure. I mean, it feels like he's tried most of everything already, right? What worked out the best? Maybe the Disruptors. Disruptors worked out seemingly the best overall. DT's got absolutely slapped down every single time. Alright, Stalkers here trying to commit to the main base, but Cyclones and the Marines here ready to kind of intercept this. A lot of them going down. Again, nothing of value being found there. The barracks burning a little bit, but that is going to be repaired. This is the point where you just start feeling sorry a little bit here for creator. Oh, all right, making another Nexus. I like this. You know what? At this point in time, creator, just go for like 4 Nexuses, right? Just go ham. Just go crazy. Do the wild thing, because apparently the straight up play is just not working out anyway, right? You gotta take gambles here. You have to just mix in some weird stuff. I feel like. Take more gambles. Try to just risk your game here a bit more so in order to either get a big advantage or avoid just going down in another fight where things aren't really equal already, right? Because the straight up game from this point onwards, I don't see working out for creator. I really do not. He has to get creative here. I guess the third base, for BYUN, is a little bit late. But his worker count's already pretty good. He's going to be able to very quickly establish that third base and have it fully saturated here. It's a lot of zealots. Maybe that is the way to do it. Who knows? Who knows? It's a lot of siege tanks as well, though. Combat shield about to finish up. He's going to try to push in here. I'm not sure where he's trying to go to. There we go. Finds the marine. Quite a lot more of those zealots now being warped in. Wow, that's so smart. That's so smart. Look at this. Just instantly, it's like, alright, let me just build a wall then. Let me just build a bloody wall. Keep you out of my base. Oh, God. It's so painful. What is he supposed to do? We spent so much money into these zealots, and now it's just like, alright, well, let me just move backwards. Let me just go back across to my own side of the map here, because, well, apparently I'm not doing anything here with this bulk of units. Super rough. Super rough. Forge and Templar Archives on the way. Robo Facility also on the way. Sending some units for the defense. I mean, sure. Sure. Well, prison play, perhaps, right? That could be a thing. There's a missile turret here and a cyclone over here. I guess you could still manage your way past those obstacles, but with the Mach Field Accelerator, it becomes quite difficult to really get on top of your opponent there. Alright. BYUN doing a bit of scouting. So far, the proxy Stargate play has been... the proxy Stargate all-in has kind of been one of the longer games so far in this series. So, we got that going for us, right? Right, Creator. I mean, his army supply is pretty good, right? He's got the shield batteries. Maybe he'll be able to make it work here. Let's wait and see. It's a lot of Marines, though. Siege tank's not quite in position just yet, so maybe? Maybe? The Zealots. They are melting. They are absolutely melting. They are getting gutted. They are getting filleted. They are getting dissected, murdered, chopped up, chewed out, spit out, spit upon, thrown dirt in the eyes, and everything going bad. Seven games. 7 games in a row. 11-0? 11-0? Alright, so, I mean, but try to put yourself in Creator's shoes right now, right? So, what in the world are you gonna do, right? What is the plan from this moment? I mean, you've tried everything, right? You've tried cheese, you've tried macro, you've tried kind of a timing attack, you've tried everything. And it all just gets slapped down so incredibly decisively. It is terrifying. If he goes 0-11, time to retire, I mean, that would be bad, I admit. Oh, wait a moment. I never realized. Interesting, never mind. Re. Okay, we're reing. This is cool. You know what? Alright, here we go. Can't believe it. Can't believe it. I got BYUN on my friends list. What? Nuts. Nuts. If only I actually played on the Asian service. I'd be able to hit him up. Be like, yo, you want to do some team games, BYUN? You want to... You would laugh at me, probably. It's not gonna happen. Alright, here we go. Here we go! Alright, we really need him to take some points here, because otherwise we're gonna have to improvise the numbers on the scoreboards. Because I don't know how to make it go into 10. But anyway, in the top left side, the blue Protoss, he's from Team NV. He is Creator. His opponent in the red, the Terran, Teamless. He is BYUN. Yeah, please. Please, Creator. Just win one game here. Any sign of hope would be enough. He's going once again across the field. No, actually, looking for the proxies, perhaps. Just, is he gonna continue onwards? Is he though? It looks that way, right? You hope it doesn't cause Creator to retire, man. You know, let's just chalk it up to having a bad day, all right? Let's just chalk it up to having a bad day. I mean, he's facing off against the champion, right? The Aces Rogue champion. The latest Premier Tournament champion. Oh, no, wait, we had GSL as well, right? The Super Tournament. How did he do in the Super Tournament? I kind of missed that one. I know that he did quite well. Oh. There's that command center. Alright, Proxy Factory. It's gonna try to float this in. That could be something. No, that's another way that Creator could start winning games, right? With BYUN just doing reckless stuff. Just absolutely freeballing it from this point onwards. What is this even? What is this waypoint? Oh, right. He has his barracks on the same hotkey? No, he doesn't even. What's in the Tarnation? Oh, the probe's gonna scout it. Reactor factory here is gonna be found out, and maybe we'll have a sentry coming in to shut that down. Together with a stalker. Yeah, that's right. It's like, oh, all right. Well, this is interesting. Cancels the starports. I mean, this is best case scenario, right? This is really just Creator his game right now. Okay, no, he's just like, Plan B it is. Oh, that is hilarious. I swear, if this manages to get any damage dealt here, nice. Okay, no, it's just gonna go for the scout. Imagine that, just landing it, making a Widow Mine. Oh, I mean, it's funny enough, he may just do it. He may just do it at this point in time. For the fans, BYUN, for the fans. Do it for the fans. It's not gonna work anymore, it's too late. Hallucinated Phoenix checking out the neighborhoods on the other side of the field here as well. Not finding too much. Where's the factory, I suppose? Kind of seeing the tech tree available for Creator here. Nothing too bad. BYUN always has all production buildings on one hotkey, then factories and starports on a separate one as well. Oh, interesting. That is quite interesting. Sounds like a waste of hotkeys though, then, no? Well, I suppose there's multiple ways you could do it, right? You could do the regular macro cycle with a tab and then just put everything into all the buildings. And then if you specifically need, like, for example, oh no, he's coming at me with a lot of stuff. I need liberators as soon as possible. You have the separate hotkey for it, right? So when you need to improvise, it makes sense. It makes sense to me. Not saying that I would do it myself, but it makes sense. So, if you win 11 games here, basically he won a best of 21, right? A flawless victory in a best of 21. Imagine that. Imagine that. Oh. Maru does it the same way. Top separate hotkeys are for quicker rallies, I think. Ah, yeah, that makes sense as well, actually. It does make a lot of sense. Alright, Björnru moving in with these two medevacs, aiming for the Proto space. Never mind, aiming for the probe that is in front of the Proto space. Or the Stalkers, you know, they are quite useful as well to kill off. More units coming in here for Björn. Is he going to be able to trade out efficiently here again? It looks like he will. It's good enough, right? It's good enough. Two more medevacs coming in to save the day. Heal everything up again. Marauders, Marines, the whole shindig. The entire Terran circus coming across. Here we go. Oh, that looks very weird. Ooh, look at that. What's in there? What's going on here? Anyway. Big drop to medevac straight into the main base. What will they find? Just going straight for the probers, actually. As Björn's also pushing on the left side, trying to see if he can find more damage even there as well. Let's take a look. That is going to be the end of this here. And on the left side, some good force fields. Colossi with the shield battery there most likely will not take any real damage there. And yeah, Björn has to call in the retreat, moving back with these sources towards his own side of the field. But perhaps starting up the aggression straight ahead again as soon as he kind of recuperates, reassemble his forces. How many Marauders does he have? 17. 17 Marauders, 12 Marines. So quite impressive here. Björn going for such a heavy Marauder setup. I know that TY and such also really like to do this, right? Just go very heavy into the Marauders versus Protoss. Oh, that is not a good fight though for Björn. He's taking quite a beating here on the left side. The two medevacs are coming in though. There's already a good cluster of Stalkers. Just barely not enough. They do manage to get rid of one of the medevacs, which is a big deal. Björn here. Björn, actually, he may go down, guys. This is the moment of Creator. He will be able to shut down this base. Third base does go down. The counter-aggression for Björn not quite finding as much as it would like to. Björn has to pull the SCVs here. That's right. Gonna try to get on top of the Colossi. The Colossi is still very healthy, though. Marauders not finding their way onto this. The Colossi, yeah, that's right. GG is called. Creator strikes back and actually gets a point on the board. Alright, well, a lot of stuff had to go wrong there for Björn to really let that go into his into Creator's favor, but you know what? A win is a win. A win is a win. Not bad. But avoiding the clean sweep. Ah, what a relief. What a relief. The proxy got found out, spotted, intercepted, destroyed. Right. That starport was halfway done. It was halfway done. Yeah, so worst case scenario there, basically for BYUN with all of that. As what was going on. It's got to put a skip back in your step, right, as creator? Give you some sense of pride. Some sense of hope. I mean, in an 11-0, it would have been something else, right? It would have been quite something else. Although, I think, you know, if BYUN just kind of played this regular game, if you just played this regular game without trying to get a bit funky, probably would have still won. Here we go. What a sense of relief. He managed to finally get a victory. A point is established on the board. He's the blue Protoss from Team NV. He is creator. Bottom left side, the red Terran player. He is fighting for no team in particular. He is BYUN. Alright, creator, what's your plan this time around? You see two workers for both these players moving across the field. Could just be for the scouting, of course. Could be that they're planning something devious. Okay, it looks like it's just for the scouting, I'm assuming here. Oh, hold up, hold that thought. SCV waiting around. Okay, now gonna go for the scout. Interesting. Oh, not getting the eBay block. Okay, there we go. Does manage to get it. Probes being pulled. Actually, only 2 probes extra. It's okay. It's okay. Only a slight delay here. Has built the Cybercore and the pylon before the Nexus now, but it's alright. It's alright. Manageable. Reactor and another supply depot to finish off that wall. In case you don't know what those buildings are called. Or you don't know what a wall is. Imagine that. I've never seen a house before. Alright, another proxy. It is going to be that starport. Looks like it once again will get scouted though. Creator not taking any chances here. Having everything move across every little nook and corner. There we go, sees it. Will not be able to get on top of that EV for the time being. Oh, that is such a fortunate SEV. Look at that. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Supposed to be a law against that one. Oh, he did get it! He got it! Ah, it's so rough. Alright, new SCV has to come in. But now there's an adept here. Is he trying to bait another SCV in? And then he's gonna come in with the adept, but it's so close to completion already. I mean, can he actually bait in the SCV and still stop it from being completed? Oh, yes, he can! Oh, that's so rough. Even further committed now. There we go. There's the cancel. BYUN again. Kind of struggling here in the early part of the game with his proxy. I did tell him to proxy whenever he wanted to, but does not appear to be working out for him. Getting the Hellions on top of the probe line. It's not that much available here. Oh, the low HP Hellion does jump forward there in the line. Bit unfortunate. Rotating around. Probes. That's a lot of probes. Oh, the shield battery does keep everything up. Creator got a map. That's right. He did manage to get a point on the board here. So hopefully that will stop him from retiring after the utter devastation that is occurring here today. I like the spread with the Widow Mines here. Needs to burrow very quickly to get that Oracle. Come on, burrow, burrow, burrow. Does he get it? Oh, it was close. Oh, just barely not getting it. Not gonna wait for the reinforcements here. More adepts. Lol, 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 lol. Gonna try to set it off this way. He's gonna chase this Widow Mine? No. Alright, did manage to get it set off. Is there a medevac anywhere? There is! He's not gonna try to save that Widow Mine though. Just gonna send in 4 more Widow Mines. There's another Widow Mine here. That's right. Probably did not expect that one. The Adept does see the medevac though. That is a big thing here. Alright, Oracle and Void Ray grouping up together. We have more Widow Mine harassment. Only 1 remaining in the medevac. Will it be able to unload and set off Kawaii a couple of those probes? I don't think so. It just gets out of there. Probably the wiser choice. The safer bet in this situation. Does he have an armory? No, he doesn't. That's a shame, isn't it? Would have been quite something in this situation. Well, I suppose there's an Oracle there already, right? Not the biggest of problems. Okay, so reactor on the starport. Quite the Air Force assembly here. I mean, it's something. It's not that much available for BYUN here to shoot it out of the sky, I suppose. Let's have that Viking helping out. That is quite good, but the infrastructure actually kind of stopping him from engaging this as smoothly as he would like to. Barracks a bit too far to the right to really give him clear movement through this location. Another Widow Mine. Ooh, that's nice. It's the Phoenix. Are there more Widow Mines here? Yes, there is. Oh, that is just funny. Where'd they go? Oh, there it is. This is like, oh, quick, quick, run. Don't let them catch me. Unfortunately, there were a couple of stalkers there moving in. Well played, well played. Oh, careful. Status trap. That's quite big. It's a large majority of the Marines right now not going to be able to participate in the battle. It's going to have to wait. I suppose that means that both these players will get more reinforcements, but with the defender's advantage here for Creator, of course, that's a bigger deal for him than it is for BYUN. Also, look at this. Getting himself some extra time to make these shield batteries right now. Status traps, man. Status traps are absolutely one of the best things in this game. They are fan-bloody-tastic. Great comeback mechanic. Alright, here we go. Big stim forwards. All the Marines are going to be witnessing the destruction of the Colossus really quickly. The siege tank's in a good position as well. The Void Race won't help out all that much. There is some counter-attack as well going on, I believe, in the main base there. Looks to have been already cleaned up, though. And there we go. Another GG. Just like that. No problem. BYUN strikes again. I mean, losing one game, but coming back with a vengeance straight afterwards. Alright, alright, alright. That is rough as well. Creator. Losing another game. 8-1. We got 2 maps remaining. 2 maps remaining right now. It could be 10-1, or it could be 8-3. Alright, looks like BYUN is requesting a 3-minute rest break as well. Definitely gonna give him that. Also, of course, we'll have to wait and see how good BYUN really is, right? It still is a bit of a difference. 8-3 or 10-1, right? I would say. There's some extra pride to be gained here for Creator, really. And some extra maps. So, yeah. Alright. We'll be right back, alright? Just give us a couple of minutes and see you in a moment.
I feel like BYUN is taking so many blows. 28 workers is not the worker count you can really realistically recover from, right? There's not really much BYUN can do other than just go for it. He is the kind of player who can just go for it. He can definitely try and make it happen. I mean, you can see he's doing his best. Maybe he'll get to the hatchery, but Ragnarok comes in. Any trade he takes is gonna be a good one, and I feel like BYUN is having to tap out here. It's so frustrating. He gotta come so close to it. Marine's getting chomped on the flanks, and actually BYUN not doing too bad for himself there.
Once again, he manages to kill these ultras, get past them, get on top of the Ravagers. It's just crazy how BYUN is hanging by a thread for the past like 2 minutes and a half. And he's just not dying. He has like 2k gas in the flank. He has nowhere to spend it. And he's just refusing to die. But the economy difference is just way too big. Oh, he killed the hatchery.
Yeah, as we say that, the hatchery goes down, and now there's not really many mineral patches. The Vipers might actually... Nah, they're not going to suck the hatchery dry, but... Like you said, BYUN is hanging from a thread, but that thread is made of spider silk, which is 10 times stronger than ordinary steel. Akon, and BYUN is not going down without a fight. He's going to go and load up a medevac, and I think we have almost an even game on our hands, right? I mean, arm supply is actually favoring BYUN. Wait a minute.
Like, if Ragnarok keeps on suiciding his army into the ones of BYUN, well, yes, then we do it. Like, these Vipers, where the heck are they going?
Alright, we have to interrupt this BYUN message for more BYUN. BYUN vs. Creator is continuing onwards, guys. We're already loading up, so... Just a couple of seconds. Just a couple of seconds and we'll be back in Death Aura, which last time did not go all that well for Creator. Much like all the other maps. What was the map that he did win on again? Which was that? Giganatha, right? Yaganata. Right, here we go. Here we go. Alright, scores right now. Starting to kind of fall apart here a little bit again for Creator, of course. Finally getting one victory, and immediately afterwards it's just like, alright, well, guess I'm dead again. In the top left side, there he is. The Blue Protoss from Team NV. Creator. In the bottom right side, we got ourselves the red Terran player. He is teamless. BYUN. Okay, so, I mean, truly the one reason why Creator did manage to take that one map is, of course, because, well, I mean, BYUN was getting a bit reckless. He was doing some weird stuff, trying to proxy his factory and his starports, when we all know all you gotta do is proxy the starports, and then just drive your mechanical units towards the starports. That is already absolutely fine. But, yeah, getting a bit fancy, getting a bit much, and then getting punished for it. So, straight afterwards, next game around, doing a bit more of the casual stuff, doing a bit more of the regular things, and, getting rewarded with another victory here, as he is continuously. BYUN let me... Yeah, that's right. BYUN let Creator take a map to save me the trouble for the scoreboards. I didn't message him about it, but you know what? BYUN's so smart, probably already realized, like, alright, yeah, that is going to be a problem for these guys, right? So... to be fair, yeah, right now we don't have to actually update that anymore. Even if he does manage to get 10 victories, we won't have to go into a game with him being on 10 points, right? So, he did actually save me from that trouble, which is very nice of him. Very nice. Is there a way, actually, to get it onto 10 and above? There must be, right? There must be some way. Would be surprised if that wasn't, really. There is the Stargate for Mr. Creator. Command Center. Command Center on the way for this little red Terran man. Going for barracks. 3 barracks probably going to be constructed here. Not sure what that accent is. Been watching Reggie Watts again, where he usually does these shows where he just starts talking in a random language and he switches up his accents continuously, and you know, I always find it bloody hilarious whenever he starts to suddenly talk into a different, as a different accent without a real rhyme or reason to. Does it quite convincingly as well. Alright, so a Phoenix opening here for Creator. Is that going to help out against the big swell of Marines that's going to be hitting his front door? I'm not sure. Maybe if he will be able to get some of these Marines picked up before they swell to the greater amount. Maybe. Maybe. Right. Not finding the Marines so far, but I guess he does see the barracks, right? So this is indicating to him, alright, gotta get my ducks in a row, gotta get everything assembled for this defense. He needs to get shield batteries. That is just no if and all buts about it. Here it is. That is the big swell of Marines once again. Let's see how this is gonna go this time around. Yep, unit's definitely in a bit of trouble. The Phoenix is being targeted down rather quickly. The Adepts doing a good job, though, as the Phoenixes are tanking. They are, you know, yeah, the Marines and the Adepts, you know, having a bit of a fight afterwards. There's just not enough Marines here to really deal with them, I suppose, anymore. So, yeah, Creator there taking the, well, is that the better end of the trade? Yeah, it's okay, right? It's kind of equal in a way, but then again, so far, that has been to the benefit of BYUN. And personally, I do prefer trading out bio units versus the gateway units for a Terran, right? Because if you do, or even, you know, the Stargate units as well, but yeah, if you trade out bio for gateway, that is going to put quite a bit of a delay on the overall tacking up, which a Protoss has to do, right? They have to get to Colossus, they have to get to Disruptor something, or even Storm, anything like that, in order to really be able to combat the bio units at a later stage in the game. So if you manage to get rid of those gateways, you get rid of, well, gateway units, you manage to get rid of the higher up units for a little bit as well, right? They will be delayed because more money is just going to have to be spent by the Protoss trying to get his defenses all settled and set up. Alright, more units to Medevacs now as well coming in. The Phoenixes, I believe, are going to get scouted here. Yeah, the 2 Marines immediately trying to run off, but not finding much of anything there. Only 4 Marines there. Phoenixes again trying to get the heck out of there. BYUN once more looking for the engagement here. Army sizes looking kind of similar. Of course, that is also because there's still 7 Phoenixes on the map. Keep that in mind. They do go down very quickly if that Marine numbers kind of goes up. With BYU, you always prefer small engagements so that the Proto Splash can't skill really well. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. That's a really good point. BYUN playing it on the cautionary side of things here. Good scan. Shoots it down. 4th base on the way here for Creator, though. No 4th base just yet for BYUN, if I'm not mistaken. What's that? What's that, BYUN? You're falling behind? Are you now? I see. It's a lot of Widow Mines. Still a scary place here for BYUN, I would say as well. I mean, Creator, he does seem quite locked tight up right now with his units. The defense seems pretty darn solid. Very robust. But, you know what, sometimes that is just an optical illusion when it comes to BYUN. He's ready. He's got the scalpel in his hand, ready to dissect. Chop off whatever bits and pieces of the Protoss forces that he can. Alright, good pickups. Gotta keep getting rid of all those Widow Mines, of course. Is that the first armory that he's making? I think so, yeah, it is. Why else would he make a second armory? I don't know. Ooh, that's some good EMPing. Oh, the second one missing a little bit. Coming in immediately on the right side, though, with that minefield on the right still available. Look at those connections. That is absolutely wild. Oh, wow. Okay. Those Widow Mines could not have gotten better connections there. That was something else. Maybe just recall those probes here. I mean, what else are you supposed to do? Well, I guess he does have recall. He doesn't want to, though. He just hides them in that corner. And, yeah, I suppose GG. GG. Tap out. Alright. Another game going into his favor here. 9 victories. 9 victories. Is he going to get the 10-1 versus Creator? It's looking likely. It's looking likely, right? Just statistically speaking. Seems to be going into that favor. Why would BYUN sign up for 11 games in a row with his wrists? He's crazy. He's crazy. That's all. I don't know. Maybe he's trying to prove something here. He seems very hungry for just overall victory in StarCraft 2. It's rough to say. It's rough to say. I asked how he was doing earlier on in the morning, and he said he was so-so, and then he said, no, I'm okay. I'm okay. But, you know, you never know. You never know with these Koreans, right? They like to pretend everything is okay when stuff not always is okay. He plays 30 to 40 games in a row anyway. That is true. That is true as well. It's a good point. And we do allow them small, like 5 minute breaks here and there. But still, you know, it's quite something. We have arrived at the final game of today. Game 11. We got in the bottom right side a blue Protoss player fighting for Team NV. He is Creator. He's got 1 more point on the board here to reclaim some of his lost honor here. The top left side, the man, the butcher, the wild man, the red Terran. Teamless right now, he is BYUN. Proving once again that he is very much capable of dishing out quite severe punishments. So what are we going to get here? Are we going to get one more time the 3cc opening? Are we going to get ourselves the... It's no engineering bay block, so... Nothing crazy like that. Creator was looking out for it, was checking this area continuously. Nexus goes down. Command center goes down as well. Alright, standard. Cookie cutter. Already has that marine going. I think he's waiting for the probe to commit to the ramp area, and then he's just going to try to jump him to ensure that kill. He's not going to be able to do so. Unfortunately, Creator walked too many times into that marine this best of 11, so backs up for the time being. Marauder's getting that concussive shell very quickly, actually. It's a bit of a mix-up, isn't it? Another barracks coming down is also. Huh. This is not how it usually goes. This is not how it usually goes. Quite something else, in fact. We have a Twilight Council on the way. So, I mean, if this is going to be what I think it is, the Blink play, that could be kind of scary. Okay, concussive shell already getting shown here, though. Creator should realize what is coming his way. Let's see how he tries to protect himself against this. Making a Stalker. You kind of have to. Stalkers are weak against the Marauders, but if you make Zealots at this point, you're just going to get kited endlessly, right? Alright, BYUN moving back. Getting that stim pack right now instead. Reactor and a factory. Ooh. Dark Shrine here for Creator. So both these players kind of doing some interesting stuff. Doing a bit of the irregular as to what we've seen so far. Suppose we have seen the Dark Shrine coming out of Creator here a couple of times, but mostly in the first initial game, so I suppose that is what he's feeling quite comfortable with. BYUN already getting himself a missile turret in the natural though, so keep that in mind. Creator trying to get himself the warping pylons here, one on the top and one in the middle. Adept Shade trying to see what's what. Third base has been thrown down there for Creator as well. Getting a bit of a, you know, denial on that bunker right there. Big stim actually for the double Stalkers. Does manage to get them, but I suppose he did have concussive shell anyway, right? There's no blink available. Maybe he doesn't know there's no blink yet, but still quite a committal. And he doesn't have any medevacs just quite yet, so oh well. Oh well. Guess he doesn't want to push out anyway, up until the moment where he does have the medevacs, at least. That's what I'm assuming now. I guess that stim also, in a way, maybe perhaps communicates towards Creator that there already are medevacs, right? So maybe that Creator is going to have to start being a bit wary of what is going on here. Oh, wow, straight into the Archon drop. Not even going to try his luck with the DTs. Straight up into the big beefy balls of electricity. Could be okay. There is a missile turret there as well. And the units of BYUN are still in between these two bases. They are instantly spotting this War Prism. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is going to work out. I'm not sure if this is going to work out at all. Alright, War Prism, at least it doesn't go down. Alright, does manage to stay alive. Single Marine will spot this third. And with that, I'm assuming that we're going to see BYUN move out. Pylon here, good scouting tool, realizing what is going on with these medevacts. Again, getting spotted by the probe here on the ground. Quite a fortunate moment there for Creator, I suppose. Oh, that would be bad. Okay, does manage to drop everything. Alright, yeah. He sees it. He knows. He knows. Third base coming up for BYUN. Aiming for the third. It's quite a big force here for Creator, though. Who does have charge as well. Just straight up charge with the Archons. Do we already have a Ghost Academy on the way? No, we do not. Is it already available? No, it's not either. Oh, I like the spreading of the units here from BYUN. Great usage of the... trying to avoid AoE damage there onto his stuff. The SimCity here for Creator, making this a little bit difficult as well. Actually, in the middle of the map, we have a lot of Zealots here having to be kited. Nice medevac escape right there, getting some of the units out of there, but it's quite a daring, bold move. Oh, those medevacs. You're kidding me. Again, the SimCity of Creator kind of backsliding, or yeah, kind of plugging up this unit movement. Can't quite get it to where he needs to go. Interesting. Overall, Creator here doing a really good job, right? The worker count not quite in his favor, but overall, the army count, the stuff that he's done so far is pretty good. The one scary part, of course, still being we don't have any splash. We don't have any real splash. We got a couple of Archons. So this army of Creator, it's going to have a tipping point. Where if the Terran has enough Marines, has enough bio, suddenly this army for Creator will not do anything anymore. Here we go, though. Alright, that is a little bit of an engagement here going on. Nice micro so far for BYUN. BYUN pulling the boys also. SCV's trying their best to keep everything alive, and there is a drop as well in the main base of Creator right here, but it looks like this is where everything will be decided. Will BYUN be able to hold here? It's getting closer and closer to a no, as these Immortals, they dish out quite a mean punch against those Marauders. Does lose one of them, though. That's 1/4 of the overall damage output that is contributed by the Immortals here. No drops for BYUN. It seems like it's a Widowmine over here and a Widowmine over there. Getting a small cluster of units. The medevacs trying to get back towards the bio. A good call. Needs to start healing up, as this medevac here completely out of juice for the time being. BYUN back to 34 workers versus 43. This is still quite a committed attack here for Creator, of course. Just tech-wise, he doesn't have much. Alright, good positioning with the units of BYUN, trying to get back behind the buildings. Look at all that targeting of the AI going on against these Terran structures. Keeping the army of BYUN trading very efficiently. Alright, more units being warped in. It's getting scary here, I would say. The Zealot's a bit behind on the Stalkers and everything, though, so going in one by one. More SCVs do take, well, quite a couple of side blades into the face. I think maybe Creator has done it here. GG is called, and Creator takes game number 11. 2 points going into his favor. That is at least something, right? The final victory screen will be Creator's. That is, it's got to be a nice little notch on his belt right there.